Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Combat 2 by Compass Games, designed by Ross Mertel. This is the campaign control module, not to be confused with the campaign module. All you're going to do in this is control your campaign as you go along, so you don't lose all your saved material. When you'll know you're loading this one when you start it up, because the splash screen will show. Doesn't like it because I just showed it the campaign control module in the Combat 2 logo there. On the first page, you have your basic campaign calendar. I have your current chapter listed right here. You can change that chapter by just coming in here and cycling through them. You see that changes right there, so you'll always have a clue as to which chapter you're in. It's important to keep your current chapter for patrols, and I'll get into that in a little while. But you got to keep your chapter updated to the correct chapter. Um, Second off is each day. Each day I have them clickable. Just one click on it, left click, just like we normally do, and that'll bring up the menu. It also does a new month set up here. And what that does is it tells VASSAL what month I'm in. And again, that's going to go to the patrol module for the start times and end times of the day, the dawn and dusk times for patrols. So you don't have to worry about trying to figure out, is it dark, is it night, what month is it? As long as you keep clicking on these, it'll set the new month and it'll remember that. It'll also bring up the menu. You can go straight to the daily status, event, no event, patrol mission, your frontline status. So basically, your first one's going to be training. So, but by the time you get down into the combat zone, say we're here, we got a mission. We are in the front line, and it's going to take 2 days. So you're going to go ahead. That's first day right there. Your second day is going to be no event, and then you're going to put your notes in there. Say we got mission number 54 or something like that, so you know which mission you're going to be doing. And your frontline status is, and there's hotkeys again for this too. So you can, once you learn the hotkeys, it makes it so much easier. Um, do not hit this button unless you intend on clearing the whole campaign calendar out. Otherwise, what I do is just select whatever I want to clear out and control R it. Um, every date is color coded. As you see here, we have green. Down here, we have blue, orange, and red. That's the different chapters, so you know which chapter you're supposed to be rolling for and when to change chapters, and that is all listed down here in a little index, color-coded index for you. The ones with dual chapters, you'll have to look at your chapter chart, and see which one you're supposed to get as per that die roll. This does tell you which dates you need to do that in, though, which is helpful. So I will quick load my current campaign in at the end of this video so you can see how the map looks when it's completely filled out. I'm at halfway through my campaign already. The second campaign. D100, because mostly that's what you use. D12, the only reason I put a D12 in there is for random squad member selection. Your black and white D10s and your D6. Your character display is the same as the editable character display on the main mission map, on the main game map rather. And what you want to do is go choose whatever character you want, and there are guidelines on it in the rules. I think A and B are your choices for your squad leaders. The next couple, all these guys can actually get medical, but you're limited as to whether they can do grenade or not by their icons. And this is the limit that's set up in the original game counter too. I mean, not original game counter. My brain's a mess sometimes. Don't mind me. The original campaign game. Though I didn't put the generic counters in here, I figured it would be much easier because you're constantly changing these things to have the paper dolls and the paper dolls only in here. Only one guy's available for sniper. Campaign and a half through, I've yet to roll for a sniper. I wish I would. When you come in here, say you want to use squad member number A for your squad member, you're going to go ahead, just go down to the squad register and draw him over to A, or you can draw him over there. It doesn't matter. and I have little reminders in here as to what they're supposed to be. Um, some of them, like this one, can or doesn't have to be a rifle grenade. Follow the rules. That's all. Um, so you set your squad up that way, and this is where you're going to do most of your action right here. Your paper doll set up. If you squad roster, he's already in the squad roster. That's I can't really shut that off. So return to squad. You only use that when they're wounded, which we'll get to in a little bit. Um, Reset. Don't need to do that. They're going to reset all his stats. Return to character display puts it back in the spot in the character display, and it will reset all his stats. The status wounded. If you get wounded, you move him down to here. That kicks you a little piece up here where it was. Make sure that you click somewhere else before you move one of these pieces because they're both still selected. And then you're going to put that out here. However many days you lose him for, you're going to put it out here on your campaign calendar so you know when you get your character back. So if he gets wounded on the 17th, he's going to be out for 7 days. Put him on the 24th. All right, and I'll show you that in more detail when I put my game count, my current game up. His status also I have increasing the wounds, so you know whether he's lightly wounded or badly wounded. We also have incarcerated available. Actually, that's threw him down there. Delete that. Put him back up here. Let's get his status recovered, and we're going to go ahead and try incarcerated again. Yes, incarcerated will bring a brig on him. And again, that's going to put this up here so you know where to put that. See, this is what happens if you don't deselect one of them. You got to deselect one of them so he goes in the proper place. You will have to put them in organized down here. I can't do that. There's just way too many variables and guys coming in and out, so I just wasn't able to figure that out. When he's done, you can go ahead and just recover him, takes the status off him, and a return to squad, and it'll put him back into his proper slot. The other thing is illness. Illness comes up as a random event here too. It'll tell you each day TQ passed equals recovery, 9 sent home. You check that each day, you roll a d10 for him, and then when you're done, either he gets sent home or you just recover him. But he will not go down into the wounded because he stays with your squad throughout. The next thing down is your build menu, which you saw on my video for the main module. And all this is the same in there. You just keep that up as you roll for them. You get your Thompson, etc. for if it's available. That changes for each guy. And your name and rank and hidden. Don't really need hidden in here, but it's there. So that's basically the character overview. Next up is the patrol display, and this is a big one. You know what? Let me bring up our guy again. When you're going to send them to patrol, let me grab a couple of guys over. I'm not going to fill them out, but we grab a couple of guys over. Say we got Abel, and we're going to have we need a BAR in there. All right, there's our squad. When you get sent out on a patrol, say you want to get all these guys on the patrol, assign them to patrol. All you got to do is click on them, assign them to patrol. They're going to come over to the patrol sheet, and I'll show you that in a second. And they will be in order for you over here. And you can have max 12. Um, I really like the way the patrol display turned out. For a new, as soon as you get a patrol, you're going to hit new patrol, which is going to set your dawn and dusk. You just saw them move around. So that's set for June right now. I think it's June. Um, say we are now we got a new month set. We are in February, and we hit new patrol. Your dawn and your dusk turns again. All right, that's going to make sure everything in here is set. It also tells you the month that you're in. We're in February 45 right now. You'll set your objective. Say you're in patrol location 6. You're going to start. Let's say we got a 1900 start time, so we're going to go there. We know that's at night now because it's past dusk. Your weather and everything's down here. Again, just selectable. I have the it doesn't really matter for the patrol, but I have all the notes on them also. Um, as you progress along, each turn, you're going to hit this time button right here. And what that's going to do is it's going to either flip your time counter or advance it one depending on its position. And it's also going to roll your D100 and any DRMs you have. So you got, say you got -6 because your squad leader has a 6 TQ. So we're going to put -6 in. You got 6 guys. I think that's like +4. So you go out with a -2 DRM. That's going to show right here. And then you're going to roll your D10 or D100, 93, which is already going to be modified right here down to 91 for you. So when you're running your patrol, you really don't even need to look at that. You just need to roll the die and your result's going to be right here. Of course, I'm rolling high lately, so, but you see what's happening down here. It's flipped your time to 1930. We do another roll, goes to 2200, 2000, another roll, 2030, and it's rolling your dice and subtracting your results out here. Patrol VPs, you just advance that, or return it home. When you're done your patrol, you've got everything figured out. The same with the patrol over here. You can advance it all the way. Once you're to your objective, return to base side. It'll turn it to there, and then you're just going to start going back going backwards. And I messed it up from time to time. Don't be afraid to mess it up. Once you're done with your patrol, you're done with everything, you've got your points figured out and everything, you go ahead up here and you can end your patrol, which is going to send all your guys back to your roster sheet right here in order. And you're going to go ahead and reset your DRMs up here. And all this will reset when you do a new patrol. So you don't really need to do anything else until you come in and set up a new patrol. And I recommend you not hit that button until you're ready for the next patrol. That way you don't forget to get your your dates, your dusk and dawn set. So that's the patrol. Squad roster, we basically showed you all that already. Roster sheets, all editable. Um, some of it, like this, there are shortcuts to increase and decrease the TQ, experience, etc. All you got to do is single left click on anything here, and it'll give you the menu, or you can just left click on it. The same thing happens, but it's easier to just go in and left click on it. If you select a weapon, you got your drop down menus here as to which weapon. Say we got an M3, you got to click on that same one to get the skill. M1, A3, M3, and he's got the 5 skill. So that's what you're looking at right there. There are slots for 14 skills that you'll need to put in as you roll for them. I put everything in I roll for so I can keep track of whether I've rolled or not for them. Your origins, your foxhole buddies, you got enough for 2 foxhole buddies or 2 antagonists that come up along the line as um, um, random events. Your squad morale, you can just choose that from the drop down menu as to where you are. I think you start out okay. Merit points, increase, decrease. Actually, you can really only increase them, but I put decrease in there in case you make a mistake. Your re-rolls, same things. You can reset them with the Control R. Demerit points, same thing, and must re-rolls, same thing. And squad roster number 2 is all your Charlies. Same thing here. All this is same editable. Really does not take much time to fill out. And you got a ton of space for notes down here. I used up every little bit of space for notes on this, except for that little smidgen down the bottom there. Next over is the charts. And again, I don't know how many of these are going to stay in. I can't send them all out. Some of them are going to disappear when we send this out. Please do not share this module with anybody because we don't want to give it. It doesn't have anywhere near all the charts in it, but it has a lot of them in it. Your setup charts are here. Your training charts, your training events, all are in here. All your event charts, your patrol charts, your different patrol setups for each chapter are here. Your missions, this is my pride and joy. You could just click on this and slide that down to whatever mission you're on. It kind of highlights it for you so you don't have to try to keep reading down. And that, I think, resets on Control R. Yeah. If you're not sure about resetting something, it's usually Control R. Um, Various different patrol things, your patrol SOPs, how to set up a patrol, your DRMs, which we're briefly touching on the patrol log sheet. Your patrol events are all found right here. Mission Patrol PVPs. So this is where you're going to tally up your Mission Patrol PVPs, and then when you're done, your final mission success. And to see how your patrol came out, your final mission success is if you have a mission. That's how many PVPs you get for the various different things. I've actually never really had a mission patrol yet. Recon patrol, same thing set up. Any incidental missions you get, you add that many of PVPs per the victory you get, and then you at the end of the patrol you figure out how good a job you did. Campaign charts, again skill definitions, and I put the XP and everything in here so you know when to roll for more skills, and gives the so you can look up what XP and stuff you get for various missions and whatnot. Your squad morale gives you an idea what you're looking at, and I may put these on the morale pieces before this is all said and done. That's it for the charts. A lot of those are going to disappear when it gets sent out for the public. Chapters, we already went over that. I did put your cards in here. You're rarely going to use them, but every once in a while you have to draw a card. I put them in here for ease. And then basically don't touch this unless you want to. Clear the whole sheet. Every one of them has something along them lines. Actually, yeah, no, I took it away because we went to the patrol with the automatic patrol controls. So that's basically it. Not a difficult module. Once you get used to it, you'll find it real intuitive and easy. And you find it saves you a lot of time in your paperwork and everything. So that's it. Campaign control module, and I hope you all enjoy it. And actually, while we're here, I will real quick load my latest game in, Wild Crew 1-1, so you can see it all as it is in action. And you see here I have character L is out for another 3 weeks yet. So as I fill things out, I'll get to his point, then I know I can bring him in there. You can see how I filled everything out from going to intensive front, or the rear, the regular front, training up here where there's nothing. Reserve is green. I try to put everything in just so I can track what I did. You can see event here where we got reserves, got sent to the reserves. It took 5 days to get sent there, so I put the event here, and you note on the last day of the event. Easy ways to track your daily activities. So that's what that looks like. My character display, you see I still have Sheehan out for another, he's character L, so he's out for another 3 weeks with a bad wound. And you can see some of the setups for the characters' skills as they're progressing. We have a lot of boots because my guys have taken a beating here lately. We've been out on a lot of missions. And we got one slot permanently empty right now, which we need to get back. And I think that's basically it. Thanks everybody for joining me. Combat 2 Campaign Control Module. Oh, and actually somebody does not have his chapter set up after I told you guys. That's what happens when you type them back in. I'm in the Hurricane Forest. So we'll have that set in there. But we are in December. If you go to patrol, and that's the only time that's going to make a difference is I think it is the pursuit chapter where it splits the dark and dusk and dawn up a little bit differently. I think that's the only one where I utilize the chapter in here, but it's nice to have it there. So anyway, there you have it, gentlemen, ladies. Combat 2. Some of this will change with the shareable um, modules when they come out in July. A lot of the charts and things will not be in there. We don't want to give away the free game, especially one is involved in this. They've put a lot of work into this. We need to support their efforts. Thanks everybody for joining me. We will see you all next time.